I think one important distinction to make is that advertising, although it is a very broken model, which I think we both identify, it's not going away. And I think there are two different segments. There are the Condé Nasts of the world who have a monopoly over the advertising, and whatever affiliate or e-commerce integration they're doing, it's never going to produce more revenue than their monopoly over the ad market. When you're talking about bloggers or smaller independent publishers, they're not eating up that pie of advertising. So this additional revenue stream is incredibly important to their bottom line. So I think kind of understanding those differences. I also think, and I don't know if you'd agree with me on this, is that there's a lot of potential synergy in the future with affiliate models and e-commerce integration and advertising. If advertisers start paying more attention to the products that bloggers and magazines are curating, the ads can be a lot more targeted and a lot more relevant, and they can actually get a better ROI over the entire experience.
For the most part today, it's not really one or the other, and a lot of it, both what we're doing is really directly within the content, so it's actually more native advertising. And it's, I think everyone is completely aware of, a lot of the stats that are going on with banner ads, but the click-through rate for banner ad is usually 0.01 or 0.001%. And, in our experience with, any sort of form of shoppable link or shoppable ad or shoppable widget, the click-through rate is orders of magnitudes higher than a traditional ad, and that's because it's directly within the content. It relates to the content, and it's useful to the user, whereas advertising is, traditionally, the traditional form of advertising, banners, are off to the side and usually unrelated to the content.
When Heather was talking about how her units are kind of like native advertising, I think there's a huge distinction between a sponsored ad or content marketing and what we're doing. When you see sponsored, even in BuzzFeed, where that's their entire model, when you see sponsored, you're still really turned off by it because you know that is being manipulated to really suck you in. When you see a product, a lipstick, or a nail polish that's integrated into a story, it's genuine. And I think that's what we're both trying to do here, is give enough of a product offering that the curation speaks for itself. And although a profit is coming from including that into content or putting it anywhere on your page, it's more genuine than the typical content marketing or sponsored ad.
I'll add to that. I mean, one of the reasons why we have so many products integrated into our marketplace, and 15 million sounds like a lot, I think it's a great achievement for us, but there's still so many more products, and we want all of them because we don't want, an editor shouldn't choose something because it's integrated into the site. They should choose what makes the most sense for them, and that's really what we believe. So even if they were going to write about something we didn't have it, we would try to get that product integrated, find whoever makes it, and that's our direction. But I think, to go back to the beginning of your question, I think the traditional publishers, like very traditional, like newspapers, are still, I think they're still a little slow moving, and a lot of them have been, completely changing their management, and there's a lot of changes going on literally every single day in traditional publishing right now. You can probably attest to that too. But the best ones are changing relatively quickly. I think they're all going to, 2 years ago, literally every publisher said native advertising, is a sellout. We're never going to do it. And the New York Times does it. WSJ does it. Everyone is. So I think everyone's going to come around with all of these things too.